if I want to repeat code, if I want to do something over and over and over again, if I want to do something repeated, I would utilize a loop. So a loop allows me to repeat the code in which I am writing. So anytime I have code and I want to repeat the code, I would use a loop. I would use a loop. Now, in VB, there are multiple ways I can utilize the loop. There is the for loop, there is the while loop, and these are all kinds of loops that I can utilize in what I want to do. There is the do until loop that I can also utilize to do anything in which I want to do. So these are all forms of loops. Let's have an example of this. So I'll open my Visual Studio. I'll create a new project. And I'll click on next. And I'll call my project loops. And I'll click on create. I'll wait for my page to load. And let's pick a question that we can use to do the loop. So we will ask a user to enter a number. And when they enter the said number, we will create the multiplication timetable. So whatever number they enter, we will create the multiplication timetable of it. So over here, I'm going to create a text box. So I'm going to have a text box. I'm going to put my text box here. I'm going to have a button. I'm going to put my button over here. I'm going to create another text box. And I'm going to put that said text box here and make it multiple line so that I can stretch my text box all the way here. Beautiful. I'm going to create a label. And I'm going to put my label over here. So this is my general design in which I want. I'm going to create another label and I'll put the label on top here. Now, this is my general design, okay? Sorry. I'm going to design this. I'm going to design this. So I'll start with the label here. I'll click on it, remember, and I'll go to the properties panel. If the properties panel is not there, I can always right click and click on properties. Are there any questions so far? Wonderful. So I can go forward and then go to the properties. I'll go to the text property and say enter a number. Simple enough message. Let the person know what they have to do when they get here. Over here, I'll pick this. I'll go to properties. In properties, I'll change this to time table so that the person knows where the timetable is going to show. Perfect. Over here, the button, I will change it to, get timetable. Wonderful. So this is my design. Over here, the text box, I'm going to give it a name called TXT number. Simple enough. And over here, I'm going to call this text box display or TXT display. The TXT just makes you know that it's a text box. It's like a normal statutory convention. It doesn't mean every time you have to call it TXT or something like that. Here, I'm going to create a label. So it's LBL. And here it is show, so that I'll use the label to do something. Again, for my code, if I want to write my code, all I have to do is double click the button. And then any code in which I write, I am writing directly inside the button. So any code I will write is being written directly inside the button. In the button, I need to do some things. So I'll say dim number is equal to, number as an integer is equal to, what is the number equal to? Text number, txt number dot text property. Wonderful. So now I have the number the person wants me to generate the timetable of. Now, if, since we did if last week, the number the person has entered is equal to nothing, then we are going to give a message box. So message box dot show, and we are going to tell the person, please enter a number. Exit sub. Wonderful. So it means that our code will get here, and if it gets here, then it will stop so that it won't continue. So it's not going to continue. The code is going to stop at this exact point. Now that we have gotten that one out of the way, we can continue our code by saying that Kwashi, class, By saying that, first of all, go for txt display dot text property. And if there is anything there, make it equal to nothing. So just remove everything in the text property of, let me just sort the space out. And if here, I'll come here. The txt display dot text should be equal to nothing. Now that it is equal to nothing, I can create my timetable. I can create my timetable. I want to see here. Let me use a list box rather. I think that would be easier for us what we are doing. So let me use a list box. Yeah, beautiful. So here, let me call my list box LB display. Wonderful. So in here, I can call this one LB display. Wonderful. So still it's going to be LB display is equal to nothing. I need to clear all the items I have there. But because this is not a text field, I can't do it this way. I have to use the dot items dot clear so that all the items in my list box are gone. The list box gives you like rows where you can store items. So this will help us in our display other than the other one. Now, I'm going to write my loop, and this is our lesson. If I want to write a loop, and the loop is a for loop, that is, if I want to repeat something over and over again, I'll write the word for. For. And then the next thing after the for, I'll have to write my starting point. My starting point is going to be stored in I. And I is going to be an integer. And this is going to be equal to 1. And this is going to go to the number that the person has chosen. That the person has chosen. Now, once the person has chosen this number, I'm going to write the following things in here. List, LB display, dot list. Oh, sorry, dot items, dot add. So I want to add something to my list. And what do I want to add? I want to add I, and I want to add I'll use the end sign to add items because I'm dealing with, where's end? End. Good. And so I'm joining to it X, and then I'm joining to it again. I'm joining to it again num, the number the person entered, and then that is stored in number, so number. And then I'm joining again the equal to sign, and then I'm joining to it into brackets so that it can be multiplied. I times the number. Now, if I do it like this, I'm starting to see a problem whereby, or let's run it and let you see the problem too. Let's run it together. So this is my code. My code is going to first take the number the person has entered, make sure there is a number there. If there is a number there, it will clear my box, then it will show all of these items. So let me run it again. So I run it. Everything is okay. So in here, if I put here 12 and I click here, my entire program shuts down. It says what? Conversion from string to type is not valid. So it is not allowing me to convert from an integer to a string. Again, the error says conversion from string is not valid. So that is fine. So in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it. And then I'm going to remove this from here. I'm going to bring it here rather, so that it can check if the person entered something. If the person entered something, then at this point of my code, I can now come and say number is equal to whatever the person has entered. And just so that I'll be safe, I'll put it in val so that it will be treated like it is a value. Perfect. So let's run it again and see what they give us. If I run this again, I have nothing here. If I click, it tells me please enter a number. And then if I click 12 and I click, it shows me 1 times 12 is 12, 2 times 12 is that, 3 times 12 is this times this is this. And it is doing its job. Let's see why it is doing its job. I'm using a for loop. The for loop is starting from 1. So over here, I'll have 1. I am joining to it x. I'm joining to it the number, that is the 12. I'm joining to it the equal to sign. I'm joining to it 1 times 12. So on the screen, this is the first time I'm doing it. I'll see 1 times 12 is equal to 12. That is what I've done over here. When it is done, it will come to the top here, increase by 1, because you said you are doing it from 1 to the number. So you are doing it from 1 till you get to 12. So for number 2, here will be 2, here will be 12, here will be 2 times 12. So I have 2 here, 12 here, this here. So it is working. The reason why I brought the clear here is so that if you come and enter, let's say 14 here, and you click, it will clear everything and do it again so that it now shows 14 over here. The problem I was talking about was this. If I enter 2 here, I'll only see 2 items here. You only see two because it is going to the number. So the number I type, it will go to it. So instead of me saying go to the number, I'll just put 12 over here so that any time in which I put in a number, it will give me the calculation to 12. Then I know that I'm just doing 12 times table for all of them. So here, if I do 20 and I click, it will give me up to 12. If I do 40 and I click, it will give me up to 12. Note, if I don't bring this here, if I leave out the clear, if I run my code again, it means that if I come and type in 20 here and I click, it will show me 20. But if I come and type 12 here and I click, it's like the 12 is added to it. If I come and type 3 here and I click, It is added to it because the list you are adding on. So this code here, make sure that before the next one starts, the data that is there is deleted, is removed, so that I can start afresh with a new number. Does that make sense, please?
Yes, sir.
Are there any questions, please?
Sir,
Yes.
so on the initialization of the code, when you click on the button, isn't the box supposed to be empty already? Why do we have to clear it?
Why do we have to clear it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so if I don't bring this clear button here, and I bring the clear button here, watch what happens. If I run the code, I haven't cleared it. You see that, right?
Yes.
So I type in 12. When I click here, I get that. Can you see that?
Yes.
Because I have created a timetable and cleared it.
Okay.
So if I bring it here, when I click, if I bring it back to where it was, when I click on the button and I start the program, obviously there is nothing there. So there is nothing here. So when I click here, it will go and clear, there is nothing there and show me this one. But on the second try, when I click, there's where me putting this line 12 here to clear it becomes smart because it will clear what is there already. Over here, there is 13. If I do this, it will clear 13 and put 14 there. If I do this, it will clear 15 and then create it. So I will clear and create. So I'm not doing it in thinking of just the first one. I'm thinking of 5, 7 steps down the line when the individual has to do it again. Is that okay?
Yes, please.
Let's have another example. Let's have another example. So I'm looking for a question that has to do with a loop that would give us a better grasp of what we are doing. Okay. I'm going to create a new application. Me loading a new form will take some time, so I'll just remove what is here. Let me put the code here so I can send it to you guys after the class. And then I'm going to maintain this view here. I'm going to maintain it. So everything here, I'm maintaining it like that. So we'll enter a number, but this time you're not going to get timetable. You are going to check the number. Good. Now, back here. I'm going to write an application which will check if a particular number is an even number or an odd number. Very simple, nothing complex. If a number is even, it will tell us it is even. If a number is odd, it will tell us that this number in which we have is what? Odd. So in here, I will start my program. I will have to go and pick the number that the person has typed. The number that the person has typed, we have to go and pick it. So here I would say, what I want to do is I want to only add even numbers. Okay, so I'll check if the number is even and only add even numbers. So here I'm going to have sum as an integer. Perfect. And it is going to be equal to 0. I'm going to say if, and this is very key, the items if the items in the list box. So list box items dot count. So this will allow me to count the items I have in my list box. So if the list box items is equal to 0, then we have to tell the person with a message box. And what's going on? Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm writing the code in the main class. I didn't double click the button to write the code here. Okay. So here I'll say message box dot show. And then in here, we'll tell the user that no numbers to process. We'll exit the sub. Now, if it is the case that there's numbers there, then we have to sum them up, right? Sum them up. So how will I sum them up? Over here, it takes care of the message box. So this will show the message box. But let's take care of the things and add them to the message box. So let's add some items to the message box. So in here, let me create, this one is going to check the message that here. And then over here, we'll create another button. We'll create another button. And then this button here would help me to add numbers. So here, I'm going to say add number. So I'll double click here. And then in here, I'll use this button to add numbers that I want into my application. And how will I do this? I would say if not is numeric into brackets txt number.text, then we are going to tell the user that message box dot show into brackets enter a valid number. Then we are going to exit the sub. Wonderful. Now, if it is okay and the number is okay, the number doesn't have any problem with it, then we'll go for our display. We'll go for the items in the list. And we'll tell the computer to add what the person has just typed to the list. So txt number dot what text. And then when you are done, take the text box that the person has typed something in and empty it. So make it equal, or let's do text box dot clear so that it will just clear the item that is there. That would be easier. So if I click here, and I come and click here, it will tell me there are no numbers to process. If I come and click here and I type 11, 12, 14, 15, this, you can see that I am adding all the numbers in which I require. When I click here now, it's not telling me there are no numbers there, there are numbers there. It's just that I haven't written the code to do anything. So now I have to go and write that code. And that code will begin from here. Now, whenever you have a group of items in a list from a database or something, I would use a loop. So I have a group of items. For me to run through the group of items, I require a loop. Now here I'm going to say for each item that we can find inside the display list, dot the items in which it has. So the computer is going to go into the box in which I have here. The box is called display. So it will go to the box. When it goes to the box, it will go for the items that are in the box, and it will arrange them so that each time the code goes round, it will pick one item. So this item will have one of them each time. So if it goes round 10 times, it means that each time it goes round, it will pick one and call it item. You realize that every time we do something in the computer, it is stored somewhere. The computer takes space and saving and variables very, 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 very seriously. So I can't just say display items and it will go and display. If I take them, I have to put them somewhere. It has to go somewhere. And with that in mind, if I pick the item, I have to check if the item in which I have picked is in the correct format it should be. So I'll do dim num as integer is equal to value the item in which I have picked. And the item will be the number that is stored in the list. If the number I have picked, mode 2, is equal to 0, then I have an even number. So sum plus is equal to the number. Of course, me writing this, I can write it sum is equal to sum plus the number. But this is the colloquial way of doing it. We are growing up, so we have to start learning the shorthands of programming. So it is the same as me writing what I just wrote. So this will give me the summation of the number. This will give me all the numbers summed up. So at the end of the loop, I would have had all the numbers which are even summed up. Then I can go for this thing which I have here, where I've written timetable. I called it LBL show. In this case, since I'm not doing timetable anymore, I'll just remove the data that is there. It is still there, but right now, it doesn't have anything showing to the person. So I'll just tell the computer, go to show and make its text property equal to the sum. Now, I'm going to run this, right? I'm going to run it. I've run it. I'm going to add numbers. So I've added one. I've added another 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 one. When I click here, it tells me that the answer is 34. 12 times 13 will give me 20, give me 30. 30 plus 2, no, 12 times this will give me 28. 28 plus 2 will give me 30. Then 30 plus 4 will give me 34. So it is adding up all the odd numbers and leaving the even numbers away. A loop is a repetition of code. If I want to repeat a particular code over and over and over again, I would use a loop. A loop allows me to do a particular action over and over and over again. Are there any questions, please? Any questions, please? Wonderful. If there is no question, I am putting a question on the screen. I am going to open up a portal on the LMS so that you can submit it right now. We start from now to
Hello, sir.
yes.
Sir, please, your voice, it's a bit far. It's on and off. So please, if you can adjust.
Don't worry, I'm adjusting right now. I said that. Are there any questions? Did you hear that one?
Yes, sir, I heard that one.
Okay, we thank God you heard that one. And do you have a question?
No, please.
We thank God. Because there's no question, I'm going to give you guys a quick assignment to do. I'm going to give you guys a quick assignment to do. The time for the assignment will end at 3:30. That means that you have from now till 3:30 to get the assignment done. Can we all hear me, please?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. How to code loops. Assignment. Quiz. Solve all questions. Let me put the quiz in here. It's just one question. Okay. And then the time is due is today. It's not any other day. It's today, March. And you are supposed to submit it at 3:30. So 3 is 15, 30, exactly 3:30. Wonderful. There's no cutoff date, and there's no need to remind me to mark it. Save. So if you go to your online platform, you would see it there. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So here's the quiz. Beautifully done here. It's over here, the quiz. And the quiz is this. For those of you who don't have the quiz is this. Design a VB Windows form application that allows a user to enter a number N upon clicking a button, uses a loop to display all numbers from 1 to N along with their factorial values in a list box. Include input validation, like how I did. If it's a number, it will force you to make sure you enter a number. What it means is this. Over here, if I come and type in this and I click add, see that it tells me invalid, right? It can't do that. So that is the validation. And then if I don't type anything to tell me, oh, I have to type something. Beautiful. Wonderful. So your time starts now at exactly 3:30. The quiz would close.
Hello.
Please take note of the time. In your class group, I'm putting the code we did today in your class group. Yes, there was someone talking. Hello. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. Can you please go over the question again?
It's in your module, so download it from there.
Yeah, okay. I
Or you want
wanted
me?
to verify something.
I didn't say clarify this one, and I go over something. Okay, okay, and the match just clarify. I'm not here.
But
Eh?
yeah,
So what do you want me to verify? Because I'm going to go over the pattern.
okay. I'm coming. I'm
Everybody may be that go.
okay.
Okay. So where is this? Confirm if you have gotten the code for what we did today in your class group. Have you gotten it? Now I'm for no way.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you there or you're okay now? Clarification.
Yeah, I'm here.
Are we okay?
No, can you share the other screen, the one with the image, the form image?
This one.
This one. So this image, sorry, yeah, this numbers on your right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we are supposed to, if a user enters the number here, it's supposed to print the numbers on the space on the right. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
So if someone enters 5, you show the person 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you also show the factorial of the number 5. Do you know what the factorial of the number 5 is? Do you know what the factorial of the number 5 is? Okay. Now, how will you submit the work to me? You would copy the code and you copy your interface. So you'd open your screen like this, okay? And then you copy this interface and you copy this interface. Then you copy your code and put it in Word, save it as a PDF and submit. Are we all okay?
So please come again.
They said some of you are not part of the class group. Why? You are not on WhatsApp. Okay, no problem. I'll put the code in the module platform so that you can have it. Those who are not in the class group. I'm saying that, how are you supposed to submit the work? When you are done with your code, show your screen. Do you see my page? Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, we can see your
Yes,
page.
we are here.
Yes, you can see your page.
Copy the entire screen. So this entire screen here, which I have over here, your job is to copy the entire screen. So let me see if I can do that. So I have my screen. I'll copy my entire screen. You see, I've copied the entire screen, right? And then I will go to Word. And then I'll paste my entire screen there. So I've pasted my entire screen in Word. Then I will go and copy my code screen too, and I'll put it in Word. Then I will copy the code itself of the backend alone, and I'll put it also in Word. Then I will save it as a PDF and submit. Do we understand?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
So we have 1 hour to do the code and submit it on the LMS. Good luck. I am online. If you need any questions, then you can ask me.
Sorry, one last question.
Mm-hmm.
Your form.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the one that you had the numbers in here. So I saw that there was one number on top of the box on the right.
Yeah, that's because this question here demands that. This question here demands me to show the sum of all of the things. So I was just showing the sum there.
Okay. Okay.
You are not doing the same thing here as the question. I hope you know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you.
The demands of this question made me do that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm online. If there is anything, Are we okay? Any questions?